following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host. Once more, do we go into the breach, dear friends?
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Up 20 on the S&P cash, actually up 21 at 2733. The Nasdaq's up 38. The Dow's up. The Dow 30 is up 312. And what do we have going on today? Well, it's the first day of options rollover. We have a little bit of a hangover from Chinese trade that came through. Some good, not only good news for Boeing on that front, it's leading the Dow today, but good news in its bid to basically put Airbus out of business. We'll talk about that in a minute when we look at the chart of Boeing. I'm not a big fan of saying the end of the world for any kind of monopoly or duopoly, and I think you can say that Boeing is part of a duopoly with the option of becoming a monopoly in the near future if everything goes the way it probably will as the Eurozone devolves for a variety of reasons. But we can keep an eye on a lot of stuff. What else is going on out here? Well, certainly no volume. Let's take a look at that today. We're under 3 billion shares as we start the show. So this is going to be, man, what can we say? 3.3 billion shares. We're about 500 million shares light off of a light day. So we're going into summertime trading. Mondays and Fridays going to be light volume. Options rollover is today and tomorrow. If today was up, then 85% of the time, tomorrow's going to be down. Don't know how much and by the close, but generally you don't get a lot of traction for these 2 days. Wednesday, by probably 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, everybody will be racing for the Hamptons. The B team will come in, and the one thing that they'll say is don't let those indexes move too far. We're not coming back till maybe afternoon of Tuesday, maybe next Wednesday. And you guys, you're 20-something. You get to go in there and run the game, but the only thing they want to run is the clock out. Everybody wants to go and have a vacation, and kind of a gentleman's agreement that we won't do anything too obnoxious during this time because everybody else wants to go on vacation too. But what you do have is constricting volume. And that sets up one of the few real big opportunities for profit, and that short squeezes into the end of this week. If you are mid-term bullish on the market, what you would like to see is the market go lower on lighter volume into Friday. If you are bearish, what you'd like to see is the market go on lighter volume high, run a few of these shorts out, and open the what do you call it? Just the trap that we could come back to on Tuesday, probably Wednesday of next week when everybody gets back. But markets have a big tendency, especially across 3-day weekends in the summer, to change their character, if not their direction. So kind of a good week to maybe pare back the positions that you have, see what happens and react, but not anticipate. This is 1 week where I've never made a lot of money deciding to go short or long, but trying to play short squeezes and not trying to figure out where the market's going, but what it does, and then react and do something different next week when I do come back. Anyway, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. My negative waves are gone. I was looking for lower prices into last Friday's close, and didn't get them. So I was wrong. Time to adjust my view and move forward. We had a lot of opportunities for this market to move lower. It did not. Still have a lot of divergence into this market. But we had the opportunity. Everything was set up. All it would take was a little push, and we didn't get it. So no real negative waves until maybe next week. And then we'll find out. But a lot of these stocks going to set up for very light volume tests probably later this week. But it's not going to be on volume if today is any indication. So no more negative waves. No more negative waves. Moriarty. Yeah, that's right. Give me an email at path@tfnn.com. You can also, of course, put a message in the den, and we'll look forward to it. But right now, look for constricting markets and a few to move very well if you're on the wrong side of the fence, like Boeing today. Let's get going with a little history, and then we'll get into some charts.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Oh, I already did that. There we go.
Just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1881, Washington, D.C., humanitarians Clara Barton and Adolphus Solomons found the American Red Cross, an organization established to provide humanitarian aid to victims of war, natural disasters, in congruence with the International Red Cross. Barton was born in Massachusetts in 1821, worked with the sick and wounded during the American Civil War, and became known as the Angel of the Battlefield for her tireless dedication. She was, I'm going to say, the most powerful woman during the Civil War. I call it the Uncivil War. It's like calling it a Great War. It wasn't a great war. Maybe middling war. But the Uncivil War, you can say that she may have had the ear of Abraham Lincoln more than any other woman during that. Did a lot of stuff. He worked very tirelessly in her behalf. But if you ever wondered where it all started this time in 1881. Okay. What else? Tomorrow, we just got enough time to get this in. Tomorrow, if you missed it, Facebook CEO is going to get euro pounded in Brussels. He will be headed there in front of the European Parliament, which is a bunch of unelected officials. The question is whether or not he had enough time to pay them off like he did U.S. representatives here, where he dumped, what, 600 million? 650 million in 1 week before his testimony in the United States. Question is he going to get a little different reception over there tomorrow morning? It's going to be streaming live. Everybody will be able to see it. Questions we'll ask him probably won't be as nice as he got here. We'll be back in a minute.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting tfnn.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Thinkorswim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're back. Boeing, or I'm Not Going, the premier manufacturer, the world's leader in airplanes, also a U.S. company. Up today on, of course, two things. First, what most people are talking about, which is China trade tensions easing. Secondly, they got approval of their folding wing design for the 777. That's a twin-engine airplane that can carry up to 400 passengers. That folding wing design means that you won't have to build brand new places to park these things at airports. A big problem and why there hasn't been a new order for the Airbus A380 in almost 2 years now. That looks like that's going to be a giant Zorch that maybe is a millstone around the albatross that is the Airbus 380. I think that one's going to be good enough for me to win the TFNN award for mixed metaphors once again this year. That one, I think, is going to put me over the top. But you never know. I'll have to make sure and keep the mixed metaphors coming. Anyway, we're up 19.5. NASDAQ's up 19. Never had the volume this morning to really drive us higher and make it stick. The Dow probably, 30 stocks. Can they make that, keep that high? They can. Like I said earlier, it's pretty common to see if today's an up day, tomorrow's going to be a down day. Option market makers need to be able to move the market around a bit to get positions off and on. A lot of hedges went into last Friday. Those hedges are coming off. And that's about it. So, the good thing is, at least this week, is to put special attention on any stocks that might have large short positions in them. I think a lot of people were shorting Boeing over the last week or two, and I just don't like it. Now, I can give you an argument here that the volume is too light. You need about 11.5 million shares from this 361 high on February 2nd. You pierced it on February 28th. It came right back into the trading range. We're back into that again. Volume's going to be probably a little higher than that 5.5 million shares from February 28th, but it's probably still, what are we going to say, 6.5 billion shares by the end of the day. Still is going to be light of that 11.4 million shares. So you could make a case that that volume at the high is going to be lighter. You certainly can make a case that the energy back up off these March 28th lows will be lighter. In fact, I'm showing significantly lighter moves higher. But again, going into a light volume week, you got a stock that a lot of people are loving to hate. Not uncommon to see these things, one, hold their highs, and two, gap up and run all the shorts out. If you were ever thinking about a short on Boeing, Tuesday next week is 100 times better than anything over the last week for thinking of one. So this is going to be probably a familiar pattern. Questions already coming in on Microsoft. And just not a lot to say out here. You're up on lighter volume. Got to 98.69. And is it still going to 100? I think you could hit 100 by Friday. One of the things that we talked about, I don't know, it's been a month or two ago, is about stocks that hit 90 going to 100. The question that doesn't answer is how fast that these things go from 90 to 100. One of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of getting into these stocks for a $10 move, you never know how long that $10 move is going to take. For Microsoft, it seems like it's been an eternity. Does that set up a high in Microsoft and maybe a high in the markets? I think you could make a case for it. I still think you could find 20 stocks in the next 5 minutes that would be better shorts than Microsoft. But that's just your old country stock trader's opinion here. Apple seems to be the more interesting of the stocks. It was kind of weaker. They pushed it higher. It's going to give a little hammer candle out here today. Anything above 187.50 has been fairly stark resistance. Friday, you push down a little bit more. You don't have a lot going on here. In fact, let's go to a smaller chart here so you can get a little better view that we're seeing out here. You're just kind of going sideways, and again, sideways at highs. I'm going to say 3 out of 4 times that's distribution. Any kind of pullback in this market, I think, could probably take it to 175. But again, you always have to worry about Mr. Buffett coming out here and supporting the price of it. Again, probably easier shorts than Apple. It got fairly close. What did it get on Friday? The close was 186.31, which is pretty close. This thing, everything indication I got was that it was going to close at 185. I was right on the direction. I was wrong on the amplitude of the move of a lot of these. Some of the other ones that have more movement, little movement out here, is NVIDIA. This has come back to this gap up on the 7th of May. That gap up happened on 17.2 million shares. Today we've got about 10.3 million shares. So you want to see how this one closes, comes in. Could you get 240, 250 out of this maybe tomorrow on a pullback? If it did, you're probably looking for some level of support in this 240 area. Got very close on the 15th, down to 245. What is that? No, the low. 241.50. Almost got to my target at 240 for last week. Bounced, and that was a little bit. But anyway, you got a setup here that probably is fairly bullish for the week. But is there going to be that much money to be made? Does that make the risk reward fairly good? The answer is no, unless you have a ton of people that are short the stock that could potentially get run out. You're looking more than likely for a 0.75% higher close on Friday than the close on Friday, this last Friday. So there isn't, why there's a horrifically huge bias that it will be higher by Friday, that isn't that much higher in actual amplitude or price. So, again, give me a call at 877-927-6648. Questions coming in crude. Do I still think we're fairly close? Yes. What we didn't have Friday that kind of took the wind out of any bearishness in crude were a couple of things, but I think the most of it was the Baker Hughes number. Everybody was looking for about 10 to 15 rigs to be added. We came in flat. That rig count this Friday may be more important than anything. At best, I think we go sideways to maybe a quarter or 50 cents higher in crude. We need some kind of world event, I think, to drive it any higher. Today, we're down a little bit, but I don't know if it's that big a deal. If you were bearish on crude, you would have wanted to see this thing started to gap down in futures last night, and it did not. We'll look at some other ones when we come back. Plenty of time to get in on the action. path@tfnn.com. Send me an email. West of the Rockies, 877-927-6648. East of the Rockies, 877-927-6648.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of the Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
What do we got out here? There was a few things I was looking at. Can't remember. We'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, looking at stocks of interest today. Bank of America. Yeah, you can make a case that this has topped out. 31.17 on April 13th with 99 million shares. Got into it with 71 million shares. Certainly a lighter volume push. Energy wasn't that much different, though, off the May 3rd low. You've kind of come back down. Friday you did with some decent energy. Kind of a sideways day out here, but on the highs, you certainly made it. On the energy up, it was okay. Just looks like a bigger trading range in the financials. I don't see any big signal to go long or short. If you were long, I think the light volume test of the high was enough to get you to sell, not enough to get you to short. But we'll take a look at some others out here. Let's take a quick look at CAT as another big mover here in the Dow. Pretty good signal out here again today, and that is a test of the April 24th high, 161.10. That came in with 24 million shares. You got 4.5 million shares today. So again, this one looks much weaker than the rest. And the question is, do you have an abandoned baby out here? Lower open tomorrow would probably tell you that you do have that. Down on my power law vector indicator number of 4.4, 3.7 on the way back up from this May 3rd low. So, not a bad looking chart out here to pull the trigger on short off that high volume turnaround on April 24th. The problem again is that you're going to have light volume all this week. Could you get up to 164.60, the February 27th high on light volume? I think you can on a week like this, and discretion would be the better part of valor on that one. Shake Shack, got a question on this one. It, of course, broke out on earnings. Just going sideways out here. This one certainly could set up to 3 gaps higher. So I don't see a lot out here that says anything lower. But if this could drop back down to 51 bucks, that's about, or maybe 50 bucks, that's about where you'd want to look at this to buy it on the pullback. Earnings were pretty good. I think that they're trying to run this just like they did CMG. It will probably do the exact same thing. Let's go back a little bit farther here on CMG. CMG could get to 499, which is the May 16th high of 2017. That's not that far away. You basically run into heavy volume on the downside in CMG, which is this July 20th, 2017 gap down 3.3 million shares. So we're basically in that. You hit it a couple of days ago with 1.8 million shares, a little bit of a pullback. But again, this week you can see not much to the upside, but enough to set up some very good shorts potentially next week. If you do that, I just don't see a lot of room out here to go after these today or even this week. Let's take a look at some of these other ones out here. Let's see. Clean Harbors. Okay. Costco. Okay. Costco, we'll look at that for Ron. 199.38 was the January 29th high. That came in with 3.5 million shares. Spiked it on May 17th with 2.3 million shares. Friday we had 1.6 million shares. Today, another little hammer out here with very light volume, under 800,000 shares as we speak. This had a lot of energy on the way down. 3.3 on my power law vector indicator, 2.5 on the way back up. So you've got some patterns out here that are fairly bearish that we haven't had for a while. Again, though, could we just go sideways? And some of these, let's just make sure. Hopefully I got that. Okay. COST. We'll see what earnings are at. Okay, this one's got earnings on May 31st. So you can hang up here all the way to the end of the month, which would be a deal. I had a question come in when we come back that we are going to be in fund buying. And that is why I'm saying that you don't want to do anything Tuesday, really this week or Monday or Tuesday when you come back, because that's going to be kind of the end of fund buying. But you can find a lot of times fund buying will spike these stocks and give you one of the best entries into a short position, and or give you an opportunity to get out of a stock. If you're long, you're still going to hold it through this next week. Not uncommon to see some great times to go. Looking at Snap, which actually looked fairly good. I looked at this chart over the weekend at about $10. This does look like it's starting to base out. Let's do a little one that a little easier to see. You had your high volume day. This is exactly the pattern that you want to see. Now the question is, with a market headed lower, will Snap go higher? And with the massive amount of shorts in this thing, I think it certainly can. Again, though, my guess is that you want to wait and see probably next Tuesday, next Wednesday, how this trades. But I think you're fairly close. This thing is at a level. You don't have a lot of volume. Maybe it bounces before then. I think you have to wait and sit on your hands and allow this one to walk away this week if it does for the opportunity. But yeah, it's set up. Yeah. So the question is, could you play this week on just a short covering opportunity? I think you could. I wouldn't want to go home on it on Friday long, but you could get a fairly nice pop on this. Let's take a look real quick. Let me fire this up. We'll look and see how it was being shorted the last few days. Okay. Not bad. 17–18% seems rather usual for the last week or so. Still 5 days to cover in the last reporting period. That was on 4/30. And the question is whether or not we've got, well, I'll answer this when we come back. We have the new data out. Nope, I'll tell you when we come back. Nope, not yet. We'll be back in a
The TFNN Memorial Day Tiger Dollar Special has just been announced. For 1 week only, we're doubling the bonuses that we normally give out with any Tiger Dollar purchase. Normally, when you purchase Tiger Dollars, you can receive a 10, 15, or 20% bonus with your purchase, but through Memorial Day only, we've doubled the bonuses to 20, 30, and even 40%. This is one of the best Tiger Dollar sales that we offer, and they only come around a couple times a year, so don't let it pass you by. Tiger Dollars can be used for any TFNN newsletter or service, and they never expire. So whether you're already a subscriber and want to add savings to your monthly or yearly subscription, or you're thinking about signing up for anything in the future, now is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. For all the details on the Memorial Day Tiger Dollar Special, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal ends May 28th.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're going to look at a few other stocks that I haven't had a chance to get to look at. And one thing I forgot to tell you, there is something you can do to make a bunch of money right now. I don't know if make money is the right word. Certainly save money. I want to bring up that we are doing Tiger Dollars now through Memorial Day. And if you're a new subscriber to any of my newsletters or anybody else's, that's the best way to get it. You can receive 20, 30, or even 40% bonuses. Yes, folks. The best way to make some money today as the markets are going sideways is go right to the front page of TFNN and sign up for those Tiger Dollars. And then over to one of those other pages that might have either one of the Tech Insider or Path of the Least Resistance newsletters, and sign up for them too. Certainly the best way to get newsletters, the most economical way to get the newsletter of your choice. And we've got some great deals now on year-long subscriptions to both of my newsletters and all the rest of the gang's newsletters also. So a great time to get it on. Got to get it on. Anyway, that is my pitch. I'm not good at self-promotion, but I think it's a deal that sells itself. I wanted to look and see if there was a few other ones out here that I had on my list that I wanted to look at. Amicus Therapeutics. This is the whole area of the IBB. You had kind of a push, but this is just getting back up in, you know, the energy did kind of increase a little, but nowhere where it needed to. You had a higher high on the April 12th, on the May 14th. The reversal comes out here today, but it's on a no juice. But it, you know, the energy was better than the move down to May 3rd. It's just you're in this trading range, and you really haven't got a very good signal yet that the biotechs are going to take off. I really like the way that these things are winding up. Eventually, this pot, like all pots, will boil, and it'll be time for this to move higher. I think the first shot, when it does break out of this 100 to 10, let's call it 110 trading range, is going to be probably pretty quick to 130. Question is, does that happen after we get kind of a sell-off in the FANG stocks? Another real question out here is Facebook. What do I think is going to happen? Who knows, again, how hard the questioning is going to be tomorrow. and what these guys are going to do. To me, the thing that the markets have been ignoring is all these new regulations that happened the 25th of May. I mean, these things are, I've read them. They're pretty big issues in the way that what you can and can't do with data. And I've heard bumpkus. Yes, I use the word. It's the word of the day. If I use it again, you can call in and get your free gift. I won't even say the word again, so I don't have to give away the free gift. But that word begins with a B. We have nothing about how all these new laws are going to cut the profits down in Europe, but it affects anybody with online presence about what you can and cannot do with the data. I think we're going to see a lot of questions around this tomorrow for Facebook, and you're going to hear a great deal more about this whole program. But man, you hear nothing about it over here in the United States. You see a few articles, but that's it. To me, that's the bigger thing. Maybe this is what starts a move lower in these FANG stocks. But Facebook seems rather impervious today. Bipolar. Okay, they're back on me again. GDPR is the symbol for that, and I'll bring it up on the website in the last segment. But yeah, just nobody talking about it that I can find. I haven't been watching TV today. Maybe they'll bring it up tomorrow as they slowly roast Mark Zuckerberg over a fire, which will give me some pleasure, at least. Groupon, got a question about that. You know, this thing's just finding supports right in this $5 area. It's back on no volume today and a little spike lower. I just don't know what's going to change the outlook on this company. A lot of people can do it, do what Groupon did. I think this was one of the easiest shorts that we called on the air, I think, with Tom O'Brien and I on a Tech Insider. The CEO actually is off doing something that started this company's off doing something else yet again. He's had a whole bunch of these companies that seem to be fairly good ideas, but really had no moat, had no way to defend against other people getting into the same business. I'm writing a kind of a special edition of the Tech Insider this week that talks about moats a little bit, certainly refers to people that are in the business of talking about moats. But that's always been this guy's problem. I'm kind of trying to remember his name now. I'll think about it. Anyway, I just don't, you know, can these guys make money? Yes. Can they make more? Kind of hard. Are they going to make less? I don't know. It's one of these companies that can hang on at $5 for a long time. But again, are they going to be able to be a platform that everybody comes to, or are they going to have to be bought out by somebody else? And the answer, I think, is fairly plainly that the only way this thing works is if someone else bigger buys them. We've got a handful of companies that can be justified, but like Microsoft bought LinkedIn, and LinkedIn was a great company, doing well. What else can you do but hop on to somebody bigger that can defend you? I don't think that this is a time where you can be tiny Lithuania and wait for the Germans to come and attack you and not have a great NATO coalition ready to go of people ready to defend you. You just get run over in the street if you're small like Groupon. I think that's going to be the history of the 2010s, the great consolidation of technology. Let's take another look at JCPenney, see how they're doing after getting kind of slaughtered on earnings last week. The big gap down, lots of volume. They're down to $2.51. I'm going to have to do another edition of the living dead of all these stocks that we're just waiting to circle the drain. Sears Holdings makes me think I haven't looked at this one for a while. They come out with some kind of new scam every once in a while with Sears about how this company's not going down the drain, finding some new way to literally spend investors' money as this thing goes lower and lower. But that's kind of the history of these stocks. Not a lot to these things. Can they run the shorts every once in a while? Yeah, 261 to 408. I would have loved to have been in that. But, man, it's a tough road to hoe to get on those and get them right. I didn't see any signal down there. Yet a nice reversal day. But, again, these things are just eventually dying. Like the living dead, though. They continue to walk among us. Amazing. We'll be back after this.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
One of the keys to success in anything is the ability to make new distinctions. So what new distinctions are you making to achieve even more success in your life? When it comes to trading and investing, I wanted to become the best of the best, which is why I went on to make new distinctions. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest have been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as the #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 in gold. On Wednesday, May 23rd at 5 p.m., I'm going to share with subscribers one of my newest distinctions, which is how to follow the money and do so with multiple currencies. You see, money has to flow somewhere, and with the world getting smaller and smaller each day, you and I can identify exactly where most of the money in the world is flowing. Sign up for Mastering Probability by coming to the homepage of TFNN.com to begin your 30-day money-back guaranteed trial membership and learn the exact tools that I use to time the markets. And if you can't attend live, don't worry, because the workshop will be archived on your members page for the next 30 days. Sign up today.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And there's a lot of good articles about the GDPR. That goes into effect. What is that? That's Friday? It's the 25th of Friday? Yeah. But I like this page. It's Martech. If you want the link to it, just email to me. But it's martechtoday.com. You can Google it, just GDPR. But there's a lot of good points in this, and that is that we really don't know how this thing's going to work out, because they have a bunch of laws that say that if you do something in the U.S. with data that they had in Europe, then they can throw you in jail. And we won't know until somebody's found non-compliant what they can do. Can't really throw a company in jail, You can throw people in jail. They can fine them. The question is whether or not those fines will hold up in the United States, and what people will do. Certainly, if you're trying to do business in Europe, though, they can attack your money, which is the most important thing. They can just go and seize your accounts. So kind of really tough to figure out how this is going to work and what's going to happen. My guess is that there's going to be a lot going on between the United States and Europe on this deal. But a lot of people saying, well, you know what? You're not really protecting private or intellectual property rights in Europe the way you should. And, of course, they're saying that we're not, the U.S. and its companies are not handling privacy the right way. Everybody's got fingers pointed at each other. No guns yet. But my guess is that this will probably get a lot stickier before it gets unsticky. Ugh. Sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Anyway, watch for a little bit of this. Probably some deep discussion tomorrow as they live stream Mark Zuckerberg on a spit as he gets roasted gently by EU officials. In the meantime, sell when you can, not when you have to. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.